Um, y'all might as well get the music ready because it's finna take a while.
Hey guys, it's Jack again. Welcome back to Rant Wednesday, where every week I choose a hot topic and you, the viewer, has to put up with it. I feel like this rant is a bit overdue because more and more I see media influencers do this, and now saying bye to 2020 since it's going out the door, we need to take a look and reflect on what made 2020 so cancerous to ensure we don't have a 2020 2.0. We witnessed a pandemic killing millions, ravenous forest fires in here Australia, all the way to the Black Lives Matter movement, which got everyone biting their tongue from Trump's crumbling liberty to his underwhelming replacement. And amongst this parasitic yet eventful timeline, there was one thing that many people forgot about, and it was, how is it being controlled and distributed? You may first guess the media, but it is, to be honest, it is better pictured to be the content within the media, and that means the leaders which pioneer the sites. We easily overlook this. We treat whatever we watch about real life as true, but in reality, truth can be distorted to whatever the creator likes. The power of influencer publicity is by far, in its raw entirety, a double-edged sword. But picture that sword more serrated on one side, and that side being the causality of such influence. Just like fake news, our opinions of the whole world can easily be swayed biased to the person telling you at the ease of a click of a button. Whether George Orwell was right or not, iconic figures possess a great pull within many social and digital media platforms, treating it as a hub to push their own personal agenda, whether it may be direct or indirect.
I just told you who I thought I was, a god. I just told you. That's who I think I am.
Some people may even argue that celebrities purposely create a stir, simulating fuel in order to spark the light, which is the controversy that bestows power onto the individual. And although the standard viewer may have the ability to simply elect what they want to watch, we assume by making that decision we are asserting power onto our lives. Criticality is vital. It is the foundation of judgment. We need to see this more actively in our lives to understand the bigger picture and not just through the scope of content creators and famous people. Which is pretty ironic, because as a content creator, I'm pushing my stance onto the viewer. In 2016, following Trump's inauguration, Kanye West spurted out to millions of people at the MTV Video Music Awards
In 2020 to run for president.
And to everyone's surprise, on July 4th, 2020, he opened out on Twitter that he was starting his presidential campaign. Fans who listened to not only his music, but his wisdom and philosophy eagerly hopped onto the movement, with major figures even such as one of the most successful entrepreneurs of our time, Elon Musk, stating his complete utter support. And ignoring the fact he has a lack of a political science degree and his general suitability, mental health has a strong factor towards Kanye West's image. Most people are well aware of Kanye's bipolarness, but day one fans still blindly follow and revere him as a troubled genius, or a troubled idiot that still gets the vote of Gen Zs out of sheer irony. And this is what numerous businesses try to do. They try to replicate that same marketing strategy to attract younger audiences. An example can be Delta Airlines, for instance.
As we leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle.
Now, I could easily do dumb, wacky stuff to attract attention, but it is once I have that hook which reels people in, they become more likely to do what I want them to do. Le Bon, a famous psychologist which looked at social behavior, supports this, and I quote, "An individual immersed for some length of time in a crowd soon finds himself, either in consequence of magnetic influence given out by the crowd, in a special state which much resembles the state of fascination in which the hypnotized individual finds himself in the hands of the hypnotizer." Just like Kanye West and the people who watch him either online or in person, when there is a physical or digital crowd, you follow this principle. Why is this issue so important to you? Well, I'll tell you. Ever heard the phrase, "with great power comes great responsibility"? We, the people, collectively call the shots. We, the people, place value into the media, and so we need to ensure we don't have influencers abusing their own power of publicity for personal gain, because if we do, we lose our control of reason and thought. And it does not just end there. Kanye uses another principle, which is one of the most fundamental marketing strategies used in businesses and salespeople, the AIDA technique. This stands for attention, interest, desire, and action, and this is what celebrities such as even Elon Musk and Jake Paul use to attract attention. And for Elon Musk, it's Tesla cars, but for Kanye, it's the ballot vote.
Abortion should be legal, but the option of maximum increase should be
Alright, pause. As you can see here, he reels the attention in just by using, let alone his gestures, accommodating his vocal voice. This is then followed up by the interest, which is the voices and the responses from the audience. Regardless if it is positive or negative, their attention is piqued, and so the interest is further increased.
Everybody that has a baby gets $1 million or something in that way.
Then there is desire. Desire tries to shift the mindset to, I like this idea, to, I need this product. And by doing that, it means that you're doing your part and voting for Kanye. That is the action which entails the power of publicity. The issue, of course, is his execution. Clearly you can see him sob and mention things such as Kim, his wife, well, ex-wife now, that around time of pregnancy, she was thinking about aborting Northwest. Most people did not know what to think. Some people couldn't help but empathize, but it didn't make us more inclined to vote. He based most of his arguments on emotions and less facts, which just made the execution of his presidential campaign sloppy and unprofessional. By that point onwards, his selling point went south. Or did it? Maybe there is more to the story. Maybe his emotional frenzy, which got everyone saying that's so Kanye, is just a ploy. But I'm not trying to accuse Kanye and other celebrities of fraud, of course, but there's always those moments that seem too convenient. Like how around time of his presidential campaign, he was launching his new Yeezy clothing line. According to Bloomberg, sales for Yeezy's Adidas sneakers remained resilient through the pandemic, growing 31% to nearly $1.7 billion in annual revenue last year. Now, the only reason Adidas didn't go into bankruptcy is because of Kanye West's attention grabber of a campaign made it survive COVID's impact to the economy. And just like how a concert, how they sell merch to get most of its money, Kanye West's presidential campaign happened to coincidentally be the most excellent marketing strategy. When there is a product and a consumer, all we need to do to crumble their entire career is to simply not consume. And that can mean not clicking on their videos, music, news articles about them, and even just a plethora of many other ways. The point is, if you feel like a celebrity is taking advantage of you, all you need is a collective mindset to pull the rug under them. Before I turn off the camera, wrapping up Rant Wednesday, my whole overarching point of this video is to stay critical in the midst of all this. The internet is growing to a rate we can no longer predict, which is giving influencers an increasing ability to influence more. To ensure we don't become mindlessly hypnotized in the new digital age of the screens and iPhones, we need to stick to our humanly awareness and reassurance that we are the consumers and what power and responsibility we have and what they have. Hopefully you got something out of this. Make sure to like, click and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.